Welcome to the Galley of SV Xanadu. I've got a great recipe today for you. It's called barbecue shrimp on the boat. Here's how I do it. I'm using Biscayne Bay as a seasoning. I've got some vinegar here, balsamic and apple cider, coconut aminos, Louisiana hot sauce, garlic, Tabasco peppers, and I use G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce. We got some fresh limes, mushrooms, garlic, onion, and celery, and of course, our jumbo shrimp that's peeled and deveined. Let's get this in the pot. First, I'm going to smash the garlic and chop it up. This is very easy to do. Releases all the flavors out of the garlic like that. Kind of get a fine mince on that. Let's do it again. So we've got the shrimp in the bowl, and we're just going to load all this into the bowl. Show you how it's done right there. Next is the onion. Probably use about a quarter of an onion here. I'm using the red purple onion. Got a great flavor. Okay, get the onions in there, kind of separate them. I'm going to leave those into quarter slices. Got a little texture to it right there. And the celery. Kind of chop this thin at an angle. I'm going to use 3 stalks in this recipe because I like the natural nitrates that are in the celery. They actually help blood flow, help your cardiovascular system.
Ahoy! Now that I have your attention, be sure to hit that subscribe button, savvy?
One thing about celery and beets, they're very healthy for you. So I'm going to try to incorporate those into this recipe. Alright, we're down to the ends. Oh, we got to use all that. We got to use those celery leaves. We like that leafy green in there. I'm going to chop that coarsely. I don't want to make it too fine. Any dead leaves, get rid of those. Alright, there it is. Now for the mushrooms, let's just quarter those up. Let's keep them chunky. The smaller ones you might want to cut in half. The bigger ones cut into quarters. Alright, we've got the mushrooms in there. So now we're going to take our seasonings here and we're going to add it and mix it up and get it in that air fryer. First, I'm going to add a little apple cider vinegar. The acetic acid here is going to give it a tangy flavor. It's great for your gut health. And balsamic vinegar. Same qualities, but more flavor. I'm going to use coconut aminos instead of soy sauce in this sauce. It has about the same or a little bit less sodium, but it doesn't have the soybeans. It's not fermented soybeans. It's made from coconut. It's a replacement. It's soy free. I like that for men's health. If your soy is actually a high estrogenic compound. So men and women, go easy on the soy sauce or switch to coconut aminos. Louisiana hot sauce. We need that vinegar and flavor. To spice it up, capsaicin. G. Hughes barbecue sauce. This is a pretty good product on the market you can find in stores. I'm going to add, quarter cup in there. There you go. That's about a quarter cup. It doesn't have the sugar. It's sugar free. Alright. Now, you've all been out and seen the Tabasco peppers. Well, a lot of times I use jalapenos in my shrimp. But today, we're just going to pour out some of these Tabasco peppers because we've already used up the juice. So what do we do with those? Recycle them. How hot are those? Alright, those are pretty spicy, if you like spicy. So we're using Tabasco instead of jalapeno today. Boom. Alright, finally I'm going to add garlic powder. I use granulated garlic. And that's about a tablespoon. And then I'm going to use some cracked pepper. Put some black pepper in there, cracked black pepper. You ever go to Olive Garden and they crack your pepper on your salad? Say when. Needs more pepper. Okay, the Biscayne Bay last. This is a lower sodium than Old Bay. I like it to get more flavor out. There you go. So we got a tablespoon of Biscayne Bay in there. And we're going to put 2 squeezes of lime juice. Alright. That lime juice is going to give it a bright flavor and goes great with the seafood and the Biscayne Bay. This is a quick and easy recipe and it cooks very fast in the air fryer. Let's give that a mix up. Mix that barbecue and those spices up with that shrimp and those vegetables. I like to do a grill pan and get this all on the pan and let it get in the air fryer and grill all at the same time. I do this with many different protein sources and vegetables, and it's a quick and easy way. You can just come in, mix it up, throw it out on your pan, get it in the oven, and dinner's ready. I've got the pan here. I've got the parchment paper lined on the pan. I sprayed it with oil first so the parchment paper would stick. I've got the marinade in the shrimp. Put it on the pan. Let's preheat that air fryer. We've got all that goodness in the bowl. Let's get it out on the pan. Oh, I can smell it right now. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Spread it out. This smells great with all that barbecue sauce and the vegetables. Okay, once we've got that spread out on the pan, it's ready to go in the air fryer. I'm going to add a little bit more Biscayne Bay to the top. And a little bit more garlic granules. Alright, we've got this garlicky shrimp mixture ready to go in the air fryer. Let's get it in there. We're going to place this in the air fryer in the center. I'm going to select 400 for about 18 minutes and I'll check it from there. I want the vegetables to be a little tender but crispy. Same with the shrimp. Let's let that cook and we'll be back in a second.